Here come Hot Topics with Kim and Sean.
You don't need to milk it, Jake. Jake, you don't need to milk it. All right, there you go. All right. Yay. Kim.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our holiday episode of Queening Out. As you can hear, we have a live studio audience, and we're very excited. Aside from the very festive atmosphere we have right now, we are a little bit sad about our Mets continuing to dismantle our core and our members, and another one bites the dust, and Jeff McNeil. So we're sad about that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So I don't want to be like negative, like Debbie Downer here, but like I just wanted to kind of like reference that because we haven't spoken about Jeff McNeil yet. And like I said, as the Mets core continues to get dismantled, and David Stearns just like breaks the heart of every Mets fan that's out there, and does nothing to replace them. But I don't want to not acknowledge that it is the holidays and we want to be festive, but David Stearns isn't helping that. But it might have something to do with the fact that maybe he doesn't celebrate Christmas.
Well, I don't know. You kind of jumped. I was going to make it. I was going to say he seems to be lacking Christmas spirit. Yeah. I wonder why. But no. The Mets lack Christmas. We're at Christmas. By the way, David's here.
Yeah. Hi, David.
David's here. David's here. David's
just a guest on the show. Still, I'm just a guest, not a full-time host.
Yeah,
just to make that clear. Yeah,
you still haven't made the. You still haven't made the. We'll try to get you in the. Maybe for this one. But the Mets lack Christmas spirit. We're at Christmas. They don't have a left fielder. They don't really have a first baseman. They don't have a DH. The third baseman's Brett Beatty. Mark Vientos is playing every day. Tyrone Taylor's playing every day.
We replaced Nimmo.
It's a $295 million payroll. And we don't really know how much more they're going to go because the last 2 years they've been at $340 million. So if it's Cody Bellinger, who's going to be $30 million, that's pretty much brings you right where you're going to be. So, right. So the thing is, no, we don't need. There's no sign. Like it's not like we don't need an applause sign. So no, the fact of the matter is no. I mean, David, I don't know if you have any sunnier opinion, but it's not looking.
If we sign Bellinger, we can continue the tour of let's just sign all former Yankees.
I don't really have a sunny take about the Mets right now. I think they've lost a lot of pieces and haven't really done much to replace them. I said this earlier, but I think there's no question that the Mets are a considerably worse team than they were last year at the moment. And there's still 2 months left in the offseason. But there's still 2 months left in the offseason, but they are a considerably worse team, and they didn't make the playoffs last year. Right. So they have Jorge Polanco to replace Pete Alonso and Devin Williams to replace Edwin Diaz, which are clear downgrades.
Luke Weaver, though, David.
Luke Weaver did sign since I think
that's
last
a sleigh.
Episode. Yeah.
That's a sleigh. Luke Weaver is a sleigh. Yeah. The only thing they've done since last episode.
I think
Luke Weaver and Jeff McNeil, right? Yeah.
Remember when we saw that guy at the game, that the thumbs down guy? That's how I feel about it now. I'm like, remember the big fat guy?
What?
What about 2019 Christmas Eve? We
We're
talking about when the Mets started. Let's get all the Yankees. Remember? Let's get all the Yankees.
That's right.
After returning from the depths of that national wild card race that summer, the Mets stole Dylan Betances from the Yankees on Christmas Eve.
Yes,
and
that's right.
They signed him to a 1-year, $10 million contract. Don't you remember that?
That's true.
They added to an offseason that also included the acquisition of New Jersey native Rick Porcello.
Right.
Wow.
Porcello. That's the thing. That's a good point. You know what, the Mets, and that's a good point, Hank. We should remember the 2019 offseason. Well, that's what I was going to say. How did that end, Chrissy? How did that go? How did that end?
26-34 in the COVID-shortened season.
Right.
They missed the playoffs, but
right.
They had a great end to that season.
All right. Well, that's the thing. That doesn't really make me feel any better.
COVID.
COVID. Yeah, it was COVID. No, yeah.
So bad in New York.
Right. Wasn't COVID wasn't bad in New York?
Compared to Florida.
No, is that even true? No, but No, that's true. That's true. I mean, who knows? Yeah, maybe they'll make a move tonight. You know, maybe tonight they'll make the move. That's actually a good point.
I think I was saying to Jason earlier, like, last year we were like, oh, we signed Soto, woohoo, we're gonna win, the National League East, we're gonna win the World Series. We're like, yeah, we're good. And now this season we're like, oh, we suck. So you know what's gonna happen? They're going to win 110 games.
Maybe.
Right?
For more.
Right.
For more, let's do it. We can bring on Jim Biscuits is here. Jim Biscuits is here. And then, I know. And we also, I don't know how to introduce our other. I kind of thought there would be a more natural transition here, but you guys could just come on.
Are we just coming on?
Yeah, we're just going to come on now. Yeah, Johnny and Jason are here with Jim Biscuits. We're going to get the latest.
Wait, should I leave?
No, we're gonna cram in. We are gonna cram in.
I'll be like Ron Darling. I'll get up.
No, yeah.
This is my godmother, everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, Jim.
Squeezing in, or
Oh yeah. How does it look? Can we see everyone?
How's the shot?
Can we see all six?
All right.
If we can see all six.
I can see us all
right.
in here.
Yeah. That's I don't know. That's
Chris. Can we see everybody?
Wait, maybe if we squeeze in, we could all fit.
Right.
Okay.
But no, yeah. So that's and Chrissy raises the point that maybe we should raise our Christmas tree because who knows? Maybe the Mets will add another mediocre Yankee reliever tonight, guys. What do we think? Does anyone have any thoughts?
Why don't we go down the line?
Okay.
King
Jim, do you have any updates for us?
Well, I'll go last.
Okay.
Obviously, I have a few updates.
Of course, he has updates.
All right,
I think Johnny wants to talk about.
Johnny, yeah.
Sure. There's a couple of things I definitely want to talk about as a lifelong Mets fan.
Mm-hmm.
One, we brought up Jeff McNeil early on, and this is tough to say, but I come in with a slightly altering opinion of it really doesn't matter that we're cutting Jeff McNeil from this roster. This guy's not contributing to a World Series team. And that's not to say Jeff McNeil's not a good to almost great utility player throughout the league. It's to say that he's not going to contribute to a World Series contending team. And honestly, a team like the Oakland A's, not even a bad fit. He might hit 300 there and have a decent year and maybe re-sign a decent 2 or 3 year contract late in his career. And I'm honestly happy for Jeff McNeil in this situation because he wasn't going to do anything for the Mets. We also have this idea that Luis Angel Acuna, though, is going to step in and fill that role for Jeff McNeil. That's false. He's not doing anything. He's not really the guy we need out there. So I think we're in a weird spot where Jeff McNeil doesn't solve a problem, but getting rid of Jeff McNeil doesn't open up any doors for success. So,
So would you say Acuna is like a good trade piece?
I think there's two pieces of trade bait that the Mets need to utilize right now, and it's Acuna is one, overhyped, overvalued. Shouldn't be saying that on a Mets podcast, but get him while he's hot and while there's still a name behind him. And the other being Jonah Tong, let's be real. Unbelievable numbers in the minors, but I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying
There's
it.
no slider. There's no slider. There's nothing. There's no breaking ball. It's a fastball and then just a changeup, and then it's just
and so let's just get them while they're hot, package them together, and get that piece that fills the McNeil Acuna hole. That's my personal opinion on that regard. Now, the other thing that I've just been hearing rumblings about behind the scenes is a little bit of hate on help me out. What my pitcher?
Kodai Senga?
Kodai Senga. Yeah. Little bit of hate on Kodai Senga.
Sure.
Not buying into the hate. Okay. This is a sell low panic move. This is you bought Bitcoin at 100. It's trading at 75. You think it's going to zero. It's going back to 120, 150, 200, whatever. You just can't panic on this guy. He's got top 20 stuff in baseball when he's hot. He's got middle of the pack stuff when he's low. What are we panicking about? The fact that the Mets put him in and optioned him to AAA, disrespectful when you got guys slinging in 2/3 freaking arm slots middle of the year, paying guys. Hated everything about how they treated Senga. Keep the guy on the roster. And as for this team being worse than last year's team, they're not really worse because that team won 83 games. 84 games.
That's fair.
It doesn't get worse than that. You got Juan Soto. You got a great lineup. 80. It's not a great lineup. It's a good lineup. You have an 83 win lineup as it is right now. That's what you had last year. Preach. So it's really not any worse than last year.
Say preach.
And I'm gonna pass it on that.
Sure.
Thank you, Johnny. Listen, I think this seems a fucking joke.
Completely different take.
I have completely lost faith in everything the Mets have ever been or ever were. I don't think we've been good. I've tried to convince myself the past couple weeks since losing my favorite player, Pete Alonso, that maybe we weren't good in 2024, and maybe we haven't been good in 5 or 6, maybe 10 years.
What about Christmas Eve 2019?
That's true.
That's
Christmas
true.
Eve 2019. Dylan Betances.
Dylan
We got to
Betances.
remember Dylan Betances.
Another terrible move by our Mets front office.
Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna go into this season with no expectations and no hope, and
So then you can't be disappointed.
I can't be disappointed. And that'll be all.
Spider-Man.
Jim,
I'm gonna pass it on to Jimmy Biscuits.
Jim Biscuits.
Jim
I
Biscuits!
have one
Wow.
question. I have one question.
That was a classic Mets day. Good for
Before
you.
Jim, is there any move that they can make to
Oh, good question.
change that outlook for you?
If they signed Kyle Tucker, I would be happy.
That's fair.
What about Belly?
Mason Miller, or a good reliever.
Belly?
Someone to supplement, losing Diaz and only replacing him with Williams, which I was talking to Jake earlier. I mean, he made some great points. Williams,
Jim.
Jimmy Biscuits.
Yeah, Jim.
That was strange.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about your
Yeah.
brother.
Your alter ego.
Williams has a lot of upside. Tough year last year, but I still think we need something to supplement him. So yeah, reliever or Kyle Tucker. I love Kyle Tucker. Pass it on to Biscuits.
Thank you, Jason. Did articulate a little bit more next time. Articulation from the core, from the diaphragm. So me, Jason, and Steve, we were in a booth at Applebee's, and Steve, I will say, he's a little bit. I will acknowledge on camera. I'll look directly into the lens. I was dead wrong about Michael King. Now, Michael King, me and Steven, we loved him. We talked about Michael King for hours. We talked about Michael King. That sinker is something to envy. It's something to envy. So I'm sorry, I was getting something off camera. I thought there was a move, but Passan has not tweeted. There has not been a Passan bomb on Christmas Eve. You can continue with your festivities. Passan, I don't know what he celebrates, but it doesn't matter because we should all be with our families right now. So what Steven is mostly worried about is these impending Epstein files that have been coming out in cycles. So he is deathly afraid of the third round. The third round, which might include something with Steven. Steven was a good friend of Jeffrey's, and it was consensual. It was consensual.
I think so.
It was
consensual.
Steven was on the island. I hold for applause. Steven was on the island, and that is maybe why perhaps he hasn't been spending as large as he has usually in the past. So I would honestly, from a Jimmy Biscuits standpoint, I would outrule a Kyle Tucker signing. You're not going to see anything more than potentially $5 million a year. So I think there's been rumblings of maybe a repeat of a Griffin Canning signing. You could see a re-sign of Griffin Canning. You could see who was the outfielder that was rumored?
Austin Hayes.
Austin Hayes is a perfect fit for the New York Mets. Now, and maybe even bring back Lastings Millage. Lastings Millage brought a lot of swagger to the team. And it's a lot of swagger that I think Juan Soto brought in 2025. Lastings Millage could complement Juan Soto, I think, perfectly. And me and Steven talked about this for 2 hours. Jason had left. Jason had left after hour one because, it was late. It was half apps and it was half apps. And Jason had stayed for the full priced appetizers, but he didn't have enough, and he had to run home to his mother, Christina, who was off camera speaking. And so
Christine.
Christina is wrong.
it's gonna be Christine. So yeah, until we get the rest of those Epstein files, I wouldn't expect anything big from Stephen Cohen. So no Tucker, no Iman.
Does he get the hook?
Well, that's the thing. Okay, so our three wise men have given me that we have an 83 win lineup, and we're excited about this. There's no hope, and that we have
like Kodai Senga.
Yeah, we like Kodai Senga, and we have Bernie Madoff too. Except
we don't care about Jeff McNeil.
Far worse.
So that's I'm not feeling any better right now than I did.
No.
Wait, what do we have over there? Oh my God! It's the ghost of Bill Shea. The ghost of Bill Shea is in the building. Oh my goodness. The man who brought National League Baseball back to New York in 1962. Started the Continental League in 1962. Bill Shea Can you please? What do you? How can you? What are we gonna do?
Hello, my
how can we make
fans.
this better?
First, I have to say, I do watch I Am a Ghost, and it's not a booth at Applebee's. You are always sitting at a table. So he stretches the food. He loves the booth, Mr. Biscuit. Secondly, my Queening Out fans and my three wise men, please remember when I inquired the Mets in the early 60s, we also were a failing team.
Mm-hmm. True.
We acquired many New York Yankees.
Right.
And we turned the team around. You must have faith. Please remember, we are amazing. We're the amazing Mets for a reason. Have faith.
Breaking moves!
Sorry.
Pan over! Breaking moves! Breaking moves! Breaking moves! Breaking moves! I've just spoken to John Heyman of New York Post. Ketel Marte is a New York Met.
No way! Bring it back. David, is he serious?
Is this not
Ketel
real?
Marte?
Is that real?
Ketel Marte is coming to the Mets?
Hold on. I can't tell what's a joke. What's not anymore.
No, Jim Biscuits has no idea what he's
Biscuits
talking
has
about. That is not real. Ketel Marte is not a New York fan. Brett Beatty is still starting for the New York Mets.
This team sucks.
Wait, what is up with this whole idea that
Yeah, sure.
I guess
Sure.
I love Brett Beatty.
No, what is up with this idea that Brett Beatty's like good at baseball?
I don't know.
What's up with this idea?
He hit like
that.
Have you ever seen him hit a second deck home run to right field?
Yeah, like
So-
he has some full
beautiful.
side power.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, all right.
It's so beautiful.
I'm just not a Brett Beatty.
That's
I'm
fine.
not a
I
Brett
agree.
Beatty
I
guy.
agree.
I don't think that I'm alone in that.
Yes.
Like, Brett Beatty's not on a World Series roster. This is supposed to be a World Series roster. And I got summarized as this like me being excited about an 83 win team. No. I'm not excited about this being an 83 win team. This is an 83.
Right. No, I know.
And I've never seen a World Series.
Yeah.
I'm about to be 30 years old.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
And I've never seen one. I don't think I'm ever going to see one
Right.
because
No, yeah.
this is as good as it gets. I'm excited that I can go into this podcast saying, hey, we have a team that's going to win more than 81 games. I do believe that's the case. Do I think we're ever going to win a World Series? No, because if we didn't win one in the last 5 years, we're not winning one now. So that's just where I'm at. And Brett Beatty, what a joke. Like, let's just be real. I got to hand the mic off.
Really hot.
But I don't think we're going to stand pat where we are. So if
Well-
we're an 83 win team right now, if we sign someone,
But you would think we would be better than we were last year.
They're not, but my problem is if they were an 83 win team last year, if you look at the roster right now, I do think that they're going to make moves. But if you look at the roster right now, they're not an 83 win team because they are worse. The roster is worse right now
but what about the
than
pitching?
it was last.
What if the pitching is better?
Let me
But the
just-
pitching's not better right
Let
now.
me
Well,
just
not
respond
yet.
to that because it does make me seem stupid when I say like we're an
Yeah,
83 win team now and like we won 80.
You're saying that they're
Last year's team underperformed.
Yes.
Last year's
True.
team should have
That's
been a
true.
96 win team.
That's fair.
And they won 83 games. I'm saying this year's team, which is actually a detriment to the Mets. This is the point I'm trying to make. They will win as many or more games as they did last year, which will then give the impression that, oh, this team made an improvement. They didn't. They just underperformed vastly last year, and they have a $300 million payroll, so of course they won 84 games.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing, but I do still think, like, when you have a team that has Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto and all these pieces, plus another $40 million to spend by the time, March rolls around, they're going to win 83 games, but that's not what we're going for.
Sure.
Kim, anything, Kim?
No, I was just gonna say I don't believe that we're staying where we are. Like I find it hard to believe they're not going to sign more like an outfielder. They're not going to sign a DH or a first baseman or a pitcher, a starting pitcher. That's my top priority, and I've been saying that since last season, since last offseason. Like a number one ace, not a. I know Sean thinks I hate the pitching lab. I don't hate the pitching lab, but I want a number one starter, like somebody who if I'm in the playoffs and I'm in game one, who's starting, I know definitively who's starting,
right?
And we haven't had that in a long time since Jacob deGrom, if we're being honest,
right?
So that's what I want.
Okay,
that's my Christmas list. That's
so,
my
So the consensus is there's work to be done. Are they gonna do any work? I mean, are they going
on the market?
What did Steve say on Twitter the other day?
Framber Valdez.
He said he's going to spend as much or more.
Framber Valdez and I don't even know.
And Framber Valdez is not that. Either,
no, he's not. He's not a definitive number.
Yeah.
He's on base now.
So all right,
he's a number 2 on a World Series team.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
So I mean, I don't have faith in David Stearns to actually go out and spend on someone like Framber Valdez too, because it's going to cost a 2nd round pick and a 5th round pick. And despite, I mean, they're getting a draft pick for Edwin Diaz, which is something that people kind of I don't think are talking about. They're getting draft pool money for Edwin Diaz, and they can. No, it's exciting. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, it's exciting.
Does the draft pick get bumped if you spend too much money?
Yes,
right?
And if you sign a qualifying offer player in Framber,
could that potentially be a reason why we don't spend too much money?
I think.
We're already fucked. We're already fucked. No. So that's the thing. Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't know. It's
maybe if we just like pull together our good like cheer and holiday spirit, maybe that will will the Mets into doing something positive. You know what I mean? Like,
Uncle Bill, do you have any?
If we have the warmth in the room,
for us?
like
I got nothing.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. It's over. Baseball's been over for a month. It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Let's
everyone.
Hey, Chrissy, you can leave it. You can leave it.
Right. Yeah, Chrissy,
if it's falling,
yeah,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's falling. Everyone look down. No, we're not gonna sing. We're gonna sing. Fahu Forest, Fahu Forest, welcome Christmas, come this way. Fahu. Thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. And go inside a pitcher and Cody Bellinger and another hitter. And thank you.